All right, well, greetings, beloveds watching online. We love that you're joining us online. Welcome to Unity of Tempe. We would love it even more if you live in the greater Phoenix, Tempe, Scottsdale, Glendale, all of that, Chandler area, Ahwatukee, to come and be with us in person. That would be wonderful. And all of us here, I hope you've all subscribed to our YouTube channel, Unity of Tempe. Please do so because it really helps get the message out to more people. And it really helps if you like, make a comment, make something, say, oh, I like that service, or I really wish you'd done X, Y, Z. It really helps us to grow our channel. So, right now we're here. Let's take a breath. So, do you ever feel like your spark has gone missing? Like it's gone on a vacation, it's packed its bags, and it has not left a forwarding address for you? I think that some of us feel like that at times, and we're not alone in feeling that. In a world that's heavy on headlines and light on hope, it's easy for us to forget that we're wired for a purpose. But there's really good news. That divine energy that we crave, it's not out there somewhere. It's in us, right here, right now, and it's waiting to be tapped. So in today's message, which is ZEAL and ZING, the sacred thing, we're going to look at the power of zeal. And of course, that's one of the 12 spiritual faculties that Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore said was inherent in each of us. Now, zeal is the force that incites all things to action. And when it's paired with wisdom, we have to watch out, because that's when transformation gets traction. And it's the kind of energy that even Jesus leaned into when he flipped tables and healed hearts. Now, zeal is one of my favorite powers, one of my favorite spiritual powers. And a lot of people tell me that I have a lot of energy and a lot of enthusiasm. And zeal, though, it's more than that. It's about staying power. It's energy that begins with a burst and it continues. Maybe it fades off a little bit, but it continues as a steady glow. Now, who are my extroverts in here? Raise your hand if you think you're an extrovert. Not too many, a few of them. So I used to think I was an extrovert. But now I've come to the conclusion that I'm actually an ambivert. And an ambivert is kind of someone in between who likes and loves being around people, but also likes that time to recharge. And that just quiet time, too, like watching British dramas, Call the Midwife, of course, and then going for walks with my beloved husband, cat time, of course, and just simple joys in life. Now, zeal is the spark that moves all things to action and moves through everything. And the impetus is for us to get moving. And it's the holy nudge that propels us. And while zeal is not caffeine, unfortunately, its inner fire does help us wake up our Christ qualities and our Christ self. Now, the disciple connected with zeal is Simon the Canaanite, also known as Simon the Zealot, not to be confused with Simon Peter. And can anyone guess what the color is for zeal? Yes, it is orange. And it is associated with the back of the head. That's the power center for it. I actually wore this beret. I put this flower on it for my mum's memorial service because the colors were black and orange. And I had thought, I'll just take it off and never use that again. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to wear it today in honor. And so now we're going to talk about energy. Because whether we realize it or not, in life, we're showing up either as energy takers, energy wasters, or energy givers. And this is not just about what we do. It's about the vibration that we bring to whatever we do. Wherever we go, it is the ripple that we leave behind. So first up, energy takers. Oh, energy takers, yes. So in honor of Halloween, let's call them what they are. Energy vampires. They don't need fangs to do damage. They stir up division, they criticize freely, and they suck the life right out of your vibe. Your spark just dims from hearing about their antics. You need strong spiritual garlic infused boundaries around them. Next up, energy wasters, also known as spiritual zombies. They'll help if it's convenient for them. They love to shuffle through gossip and drama, and they take a lot more than they give. They drain more than they give. And after trick-or-treating with them, you might need a nap and a sage stick. Then there are the energy givers. They don't haunt, they heal. They share what they have, wisdom and warmth and presence, and you leave their company just feeling better. They don't just light up a room, they help others remember their own spark. Now, this kind of energy is especially needed in the US right now, in a time where the government is literally shut down, where leaders are stuck in cycles of blame and division. It's easy to feel like the energy around us is stalled. But spiritually speaking, we don't have to wait for Congress to reopen before we reclaim our own power, because the divine doesn't shut down. And zeal doesn't depend on external permission. Now, Jesus understood this. He didn't wait for temple authorities to approve his mission. He showed up as an energy giver in every moment. He healed, he taught, he challenged, he loved. He flipped tables, not out of rage, but out of zeal for truth. And he saw through drama and chaos, and he chose divine action. Now, when the world feels stuck, we don't have to feel that way, because the Christ within us is never shut down. And zeal helps us rise above fear and fatigue. It transforms us from passive observers into conscious creators. And it reminds us that we always have something to give. In a world heavy with conflict and confusion, that kind of energy, showing up with a smile or with a presence, or not present, but a presence of being, is not just helpful, it's actually revolutionary. And yet, even though we're designed to be energy givers, something sometimes can hold us back, and that's regret. And regret is a real zeal crusher, because what does it do? It takes us out of the present, and it drags us back into old stories, old wounds, and old identities. And it's hard to move forward when we're stuck in rewind. But we're not here to revisit old tapes. And no offense to Blockbuster days of yore, but that whole be kind rewind era, well, it's long gone. And spiritually speaking, we don't need to rewatch the drama. We're here to live in real time with real direction. And Spirit is always calling us forward. But when we look back too long, we can get caught up in analysis paralysis. Anyone ever been there? I have definitely been there. I've written a poem actually on it, and I'm not going to read it today. But remember Lot's wife, the story of Lot's wife? What did she do? She looked back, and what happened to her? She turned into a pillar of salt. And metaphysically, the message is clear. Looking back can freeze us in place. Now, what often keeps us looking back? It's often unresolved pain. And that's where forgiveness comes in, because without forgiveness, we stay tethered to the past. And forgiveness frees us, so we forgive ourselves. And we free others, not because they deserve it, but because we deserve to be free. And because your zeal that is within you is too precious, too sacred to be wasted. And once we're free, how do we show up then? Because zeal isn't just about passion, it's about presence. It's how we move through every single moment in life, even when we're tired. Like Ron today, he said to me, I don't think I can do the meditation today. You're going to have to do it. And I said, oh no, you can do it. And he came up here and he did an amazing job on it. It's how we show up all the time, because the way we do anything is the way we do everything. Now take Clyde, for example. He was a master builder and he was ready to retire. He was worn out. He'd been working for years. And when asked to build one final house, he begrudgingly said yes. But his heart, it was not in it. And the result? Well, it was shoddy workmanship. In fact, it was so bad that it just barely squeaked through the inspection. But on the final day of the building project, the boss gathered everyone together in a big circle. And he said, Clyde, this house you just built, it's your house. It's a gift for your years of service, for everything you've done for us and the way you've always put your heart and soul into everything. And in that moment, Clyde realized he'd built his own future with half-hearted effort. Zeal reminds us that every act is sacred. Every word, every gesture, every action is part of the home, metaphorically, that we will one day live in. Emerson said, say this with me, this is one of my favorite quotes, nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. There's one word there that I really like that sort of sets this up, nothing great. Yes, things can be achieved, but this is nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. So we're going to talk about enthusiasm because it is a synonym for zeal. And I'm not talking about the kind of enthusiasm that's hyped up by external events, but the kind that bubbles up from within your soul, where you're just walking around and you feel, oh my goodness, you feel the presence of the divine within you, and you feel that energy bubbling up. And enthusiasm, well, the word itself comes from the Greek entheos, meaning God in you. And when we're aligned with true enthusiasm, we're plugged into the divine. Read this with me. Hang on to your youthful enthusiasms. You'll be better able to use them when you're older. I read that wrong, so I'm going to do it again. Hang on to your youthful enthusiasm. You'll be able to use them better when you're older. I bet Clyde had thought of that, right? Well, Charles Fillmore, he had incredible enthusiasm. He studied various religions and philosophies and sciences, and he integrated them into his own metaphysical understanding of Christianity. And his zeal for sharing wisdom and insights with others, it lasted throughout his life. And when he was 93, some say 94, he said this. And I know many of you know it, and I want you to say it and feel the energy of it. He said, I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm and spring forth with a mighty faith to do the things that ought to be done by me. I love that so much. Who wouldn't want that kind of energy and zeal right now, let alone at 93? Yet we know it's not always like that for us. Some days we don't sizzle. We barely simmer. We barely feel ourselves turning on the stove. We're like, can I do a cold meal today instead? Loss and grief and fear and fatigue and self-doubt, that can all dim our flame. And even Jesus had those moments in the garden when he felt his zeal zapped, but he didn't abandon it. He didn't give up. What did he do? He prayed and he surrendered and he kept moving forward. And so when your spark feels gone, remember it's never, ever lost. It's just covered up. And sometimes it's just a whisper that says, keep going. Ask Spirit to remind you who you are. And say with me, even here I am worthy. Even now I am connected. Even now zeal is re-energizing in me. And I know the world outside, we're like, I don't feel a lot of zeal. But it's not dependent on that. Our zeal is not dependent on what government is or is not doing. It is within us, a presence and a sign of Spirit within us. And so if your zeal is zapped, what can you do? You can ask for spiritual support. You can ask your minister. You can ask your prayer chaplain, our lovely Sharon. You can ask any member of your spiritual family to remind you the truth of who you are. You can get moving. You can dance. You can take a walk. You can stretch. Oh, stretching feels good. You can go for a prayer time. You can create a zeal altar or a journal and include things that remind you your spark is alive, even when it's quiet, because zeal isn't about age. It's about spirit. As Samuel Ullman said, let's say this together. Nobody grows old by living a number of years. We grow old by deserting our ideals. Years may wrinkle the skin, but to give up enthusiasm wrinkles the soul. I do not want a wrinkled up soul. None of us do. We want to have that passion. And so to be clear though, zeal isn't always holy. When it's unbalanced and untethered from oneness and from love and wisdom, it can be destructive. It can scorch everything in its path. And without compassion, it doesn't build, it bulldozes. Religious zeal can lead to persecution. Political zeal can fuel division, extremism, violence, and that's why spiritual zeal must be guided by discernment. When aligned with divine wisdom and infused with love, it becomes a force for healing, justice, and transformation. And it's not about being loud. It's about being lit from within. Because zeal is what helps ignite your divine spark. That part of you made in the image and likeness of God, the part with infinite creativity and purpose and power. And when you tap into it, you don't just feel energized. You feel connected to yourself and to others and to spirit. And sometimes that spark glows very, very brightly. And sometimes it flickers so faintly that in the noise of the world or the weight of our own weariness, we forget it's even there. And that's why I'm going to share this very short story with you of an ember keeper. There was once a village where each person carried a flame. Some flames danced high and bright and exuberant, impossible to miss. And others glowed low and steady, like embers in a hearth. Now one woman, quiet and contemplative, often wondered if her flame was broken. It didn't flicker like the others. It didn't call attention to itself. Then one winter, a storm swept through the village, and the winds were fierce, and the bright flames were blown out. And in the silence that followed, it was the ember keepers, the ones whose flames had burned quietly all along, who relit the fires, who warmed the homes. And the woman, she discovered her flame wasn't broken. It was resilient. It was ready. It was exactly what the village needed. So ZEAL isn't reserved for the extroverted or the exuberant, and I know I can be that at times, but truly I am an ambivert. ZEAL, I want you to hear this, it is not a personality trait. I want you to say that. ZEAL is not a personality trait. What is it? A spiritual power. And like all 12 powers, it belongs to you. And whether it comes naturally or feels unfamiliar, it is yours, a gift from the divine, a resource waiting to be tapped. So if your flame feels small today, honor it, tend it, trust it, eat pie and help it along. Because even a quiet spark can light the way forward. If you're wondering what I'm talking about pie, we're having Pie Day at Unity of Tempe. We wish you were here with us too to eat pie. But a single ember can ignite the entire world. And so I spent a long time searching for songs to align with the theme of zeal and enthusiasm. I didn't find a lot. I really didn't. And then I kept searching and searching, going through my old playlist, going through it. I can be really, finicky about this. But then it suddenly came up to me and dawned on me. It's one that we know. It's a Stevie Wonder song, not sung by Stevie Wonder, sung by Playing for Change. And I feel it really gets into that zeal of life. And so here we go.
Gonna keep on trying till I reach the highest ground. Oh, yeah. Teachers, keep on teaching. And preachers, keep on preaching. Keep on turning, 'cause it won't be too long. me try it again. Last time on earth I lived the world of sin. I'm so glad that I know more than I knew then. I'm gonna keep on trying till I reach my highest ground. No one's gonna bring me down. Nobody, till I reach my highest ground. No one's gonna keep me down till I reach my highest ground. I said no one's gonna bring me down. No one's gonna,
Somebody feel good? Gonna bring them up with you all the way to the highest ground.
I saw some of you going, I want to stand up, but the only one. Do it! You got to stand up and move and be exuberant. I love no one's going to bring me down. Not the government, not what's going on, because the Spirit of God within us is stronger than all of that. Our 12 powers within us are stronger than all of that. And if we don't believe that, then we just need to go read some more, pray some more, keep coming back. It works because we work it, and all of that good stuff. Because yes, there's a lot of going on. There is a lot of that going on. But we are here to be the flame keepers, to be the ember keepers, to let our light shine brightly, our enthusiasm, our passion, our zeal, all of those things. So I'll end now with that. All right. Okay, let us say with great enthusiasm and zeal, and next time, get up and dance. Don't look, oh, I'll be the only one. Who cares? Be the only one. Who was dancing? Anybody? Me. Joe was like, I'm clapping. What, Ron? You're waiting for the pile of leaves? Oh, next week. They're going to love it. Oh, you're going to love it. I love it. I'm already can't wait for that. Okay, let's say together, I am a beloved child of God, here to be an ambassador of good. Yes. And so let us take our spiritual offering in our heart and in our hands and affirm and let's give generously so that Unity of Tempe can continue to be a vibrant light in our community. Yes, indeed. And let us say together, I am a joyful sharer of my good. I remember that as I give, that I receive, and that God is my source. We are energy givers. We can never outgive God, so we give freely and wonderfully. Thank you. Oh, Divine Spirit, we're so grateful for these gifts. We're grateful for those who also watch and support us online. We're grateful for each and every one. We're grateful, grateful, grateful that in this season, as we go into the season of giving, that we know that we are givers to life, and so grateful for our community, so grateful for each other. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, life. We bless every single gift. We bless every single, seeing it multiplied a bazillion times for each and every person. Thank you, Divine Spirit. Thank you, Rick and Ruth, for that. We bless those gifts. Thank you. So I want you to know you are loved, you belong, and think of who you can invite and share this community with. And next week we're going to have another source of inspiration to keep us going. I love it when I hear from people that, you know, this is really helps me get through the week. It helps me remember who I truly am in spirit. We'd love you to join us on our Zoom call on Thursday at 9:30. We'd love you to join us for that. Let us pray together. Okay. Just get there. Oh. I don't think I put it in, so I will read it from here. Spirit, I am present. I do not ignore the care of this world, but I also do not collapse. I acknowledge pain without. I receive what I need to know, and I release what I cannot carry alone. If there is wisdom to glean, I accept it. If there is action to take, I am willing. If today asks only for compassion, I give it freely to myself and others. In a confusing world, I choose to stay awake, anchored in spirit, guided by love. Yes, indeed. Let us say together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. All is well, and we are grateful. Beloveds online, have a peaceful week and a very happy, peaceful, and loving Halloween. And let your zeal come out and play.